Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Mediumship and Numerology channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so what I'd like to do is to give you another mediumship interview, and our special guest today is Mr. Harold George Belafonte Jr., A.K.A. Harry Belafonte. Now we know that Mr. Bellanfanti passed, and he passed from congested heart failure. We know also that he was, in fact, the first black African American male to win an Emmy. He was also a active civil rights agent, and he also was an award winning singer as well as actor. Okay? So, what I like to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just to channel Mr. Belafonte through to see what messages that he might have for not only his family but also for the world. All right? If you guys like this reading, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit. And be sure to press that subscription button so that you receive all future readings. Okay? So, with that said, I've decided to just select a card from my tarot Afro Americana to use to just channel Mr. Belafonte through as I ask him the questions that I've jotted to ask. Okay, we're going to see exactly what he has to say here. Okay, so the card that I'm thinking of selecting here is the Emperor because I feel that this man was very upright in his approach. And he was, in fact, the leader I'm getting. Okay, so let's go on and find the relevant card here. We're going to select the Emperor. Okay, let's see what we have. And once I select this card, ladies and gentlemen, then I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to go on and just select a few dominoes to start us off. But prior to getting into this reading here, I'm going to go on and just start off by just saying a quick prayer here to just get myself a bit more tuned in to this channeling session. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this experience, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button to make sure that you receive all future readings of this nature. Soon, ladies and gentlemen, and within the next few days, I will be um, posting, giving you more opportunities to join, uh, to include a variety of different readings I'm going to be doing here. And I will be sharing those with you guys within the next few days here. So, getting back to this reading, let's go on and just get our mind focused here so I can just channel Mr. Belafonte through. Okay? So, dear God, dear Holy Spirit, dear deceased relative and ancestors, dear Archangel Michael, and all of my angels, I ask that you watch over this experience, making certain that only the messages of God will come through. Please protect Mr. Belafonte and me from lawyer energies. Please help me release my ego fears so that I can clearly see, clearly hear, clearly feel, and know the messages that Mr. Belafonte would like to impart to us. I ask that only the highest of messages come through, and I ask that the messages that do come through bring blessings to not only Mr. Belafonte, but also to to the family, and to the world at large. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, I'm gonna go on and just shake up my little domino box here, and I'm just gonna select two dominoes here just to get a start of. Actually, I'll select three to get an indication of Mr. Belafonte's character here. Okay, I ask that you guide me, sir, to the correct letters. I mean, tiles that best represent you. Okay, please guide me to the correct tiles that best represent you, Mr. Belafonte. Okay, we have this. Okay, let's select two more. And then we're gonna get on right on into the reading, y'all. Okay? So this is a method that you can use, ladies and gentlemen, as I've explained before here to kind of communicate with spirits here. So let's look at, we have three here, okay? I'm just gonna look at each and every individually first, and then I'm gonna condense them here. So we have three. So Mr. Belafonte certainly was more interested in the acquisition of money or materialistic type things here. It seems that he was more of an investigator that I'm getting, or he had investigative type tendencies, as we've seen here with his, he also was an activist, so he always investigated matters. I'm getting so much so that it became a major focus for him. I'm getting okay. And then we have all of these fours here. We have one, two, three, four. So I'm just going to look at the four itself. Okay. That shows that Mr. Belafonte certainly did have very keen intuition, I'm getting. Okay. It seems like he was always interested in things of the ordinary. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was not interested in things that could not be reasonably explained by scientific experimentation. Okay. And of course, we have another three here. So let's go on and just add up these numbers here. We have three fours, right? That's 12. Then we have 15. Then we have 18. So 1 plus 8, ladies and gentlemen. Or we can look at it being 1. He was a leader, he was a driving force. And he enjoyed hard work. And I feel that he was very good at his finances. But when when you add up 1 plus 8, which equals 9, he's also, I feel that he was also a very, very emotional, jealous type person. Okay, but he was very loyal to his family. I'm getting, yet at times he might have been a bit impulsive. Okay, so I'm gonna go on now and connect more with him, and I've jotted down a few questions here that I'm gonna ask him, and of course I'm gonna intuitively receive messages from him um, as we go along. Okay. So my initial impression that I'm getting here from him is that he's telling me that he's very upset. I'm getting, and he feels he was betrayed. I'm getting. He feels a sense that he was stabbed in the back when living in. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, he's finding it very arduous to really forgive, and he's telling me that he's very, very uncertain about his next step. He's fearful about, you know, kind of embracing his new plateau of experience, if you will. Okay? I feel that he's in despair and feels very defeated in a sense. Okay? He says that, while he lived a very long life here, he experienced a crushing blow before his death, and I'm not sure what that blow possibly might be. Perhaps his family may be able to extrapolate on that a little bit more here. Okay. So, Mr. Belafonte, I understand that you're feeling a sense of uh, betrayal, or you're just feeling some type of resentment. Can you really just tell me more so about yourself, the real authentic you? He's saying, ladies and gentlemen, that he was certainly a very happy person, one who really loved giving and receiving love. He says he was a good friend to those close to him, and he valued the time spent with family members. His love for his family, he's saying, was certainly indeed undying. Okay? He says he had everything that he could have possibly imagined and more. And he couldn't have been able to have this without his family, he's saying. He says he will always protect them, and they may even, in fact, see, like, you know how when you're kind of looking from the corner of your eye and it seems that someone has passed or something like that by your through the corner of your eye here, through your purview here. So I'm feeling that maybe he's kind of giving me an indication that his family will also be able to see him through the corners of their eyes, and if they may have already been kind of sensing him, I'm kind of getting here. Now, spirits when they die, this when they have recently died, they usually don't cross over quickly like that. They usually wait until the funeral, at least before they leave here. Okay, but he's really giving me a strong indication that when it comes to his family, he really felt peace and contentment with them. You know, a strong fatherly type feeling that I'm getting from him. So we already know that you died from congested heart failure, Mr. Bellanfanti. Can you just give me more information surrounding your death? Perhaps what may have led to it, okay? Or potentially how you might have felt here, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, he's showing me some type of reaction that he had to either vitamins or supplements or some type of medication that he had that it appears that it neither agreed with his health because I'm seeing certainly an imbalance in the upper body. And he tells me that he really wasn't eating well prior to his death. He says, ladies and gentlemen, that he died feeling as if he were a mentor as well as a philanthropist. And as such, ladies and gentlemen, he's saying that also another thing that he tends to do to get his family to get his family attention is that he leaves coins to help others because he's saying that when he was alive he did really fight for the disenfranchised, and he also says that he also had financial issues, so he does this to offer or to extend gratitude, if you will. Okay, so you've given us many different ways that you tend to communicate with us, you know, from the other realm here, because I know that you haven't just yet crossed over, okay? How do you tend to, Mr. Belafonte, make your presence known, or in what other ways have you been trying um, to, to communicate, particularly with your family here? He's saying, ladies and gentlemen, he's showing me something connected with electrical appliances or lights. So he says that he tampers with lights and electrical appliances to get attention. And he says that death can certainly come your way at any time. And he's really stressing the importance, ladies and gentlemen, of really living life to the fullest while you have the chance to do so. Okay? Don't take things or life or people for granted here. This is what he's saying here. Because you could leave out of this world in a snap.